night. Underneath the singing stars, gonna breathe deep tonight, where we can be who we really are. I wanna take a ride on the open road tonight. I wanna close my eyes and feel nothing but the wind. Would you come away? Come away with me tonight. Go a little bit farther now than we've ever been. I'm on this rumbling steel, we can feel the wheels spin round. We'll ride out on the mountainside, hide from the lights of town. I wanna taste your kisses, feel them burning on my tongue. The night is kind of lovers, can't keep us forever young. Baby, let's ride. Oh, come on, come on, come on, pretty baby, let's ride. Where it's you and the moon and me, feeling free as a breeze tonight. Underneath this velvet sky, would you come away? Come away with me tonight. When you let it all go, you can feel this life that fly, fly. Come on, girl, let's fly. Baby, say you will. Let's rev it up to the limit. Pick out a place to chase that thrill. I wanna taste your kisses, feel them burning on my tongue. The night is kind of lovers, she can't keep us forever young. Baby, let's ride. Yeah, come on, come on, come on, pretty baby, let's ride. Where it's you and the moon and me, feeling free. Feeling free.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Are you ready? It's showtime. Please welcome Tim Kelly.
Product of a trust fund. Far as money goes, I ain't got much, but I trade my time in the hot sun for love to get me by. My pickup's old and rusty, She rattles and stays dusty, but when that girl's there beside me, it shines, shines, shines. We got a roof to keep the rain off, a mailbox to write her name on, a 10-acre lot with a little bird dog on the front porch, garden that screen door, baking in the pancakes on the griddle, hand in hand right down the middle. Life with a girl in love, that's the real McCoy. Ain't bad for a good old boy. She's gracing holy blue jeans with a face made for the movies. Yeah, she beats all I ever dreamed every time she wakes me up. She got a way of making something out of a whole lot of nothing. The honey in her loving is like money in my cup. We got a roof to keep the rain off, a mailbox to write her name on, a 10-acre lot with a little bird dog on the front porch, garden that screen door, baking in the pancakes on the griddle, hand in hand right down the middle. Life with a girl in love, that's the real McCoy. I ain't bad for a good old boy. We got a roof, keep the rain off, a mailbox to write her name on, a 10-acre lot with a little bird dog on the front porch, baking in the pancakes on the griddle, hand in hand right down the middle. Life with a girl in love, that's the real McCoy. Ain't bad for a good old boy. You ain't bad for a good old
His name is Christian Davis. That is called Ain't Bad for a Good Old Boy. Man, he's got that Trace Atkins sound going on. I love it. And Feeling Free before that. We'll have one more from Christian Davis in just a moment because it is Triple Play Thursday. And welcome to a Triple Play Thursday edition of the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com. We are live from Branson, Missouri, the live show capital of the world. And I've got a great live show for you tonight. 3 songs from every artist all show long. That's how we roll on Triple Play Thursday. And tonight, I've got 3 great radio interviews on the program as well. First up, I'll have Brenda Best at the bottom half of this hour. At the bottom half of hour number 2, my good friend Kenny Curcio is going to join me again on the program from New Jersey. And then James Rose is going to be here in the just right after the 3rd hour gets going. So we got a great show for you tonight. You're going to get to hear lots of stories behind lots of great songs and lots of great songs on the radio, too. That's how we roll as well on any of these shows, but especially on this one on Triple Play Thursday. I want to give a big thank you and shout out to all of the stations that replay this program. Great stations like KUHS Denver at KUHSdenver.com, Country Road 58 from Germany, countryradio.musicbox4friends.com from Belgium, down-to-road-radio.com from Ireland, Bourbon Trail Radio, Top Shelf Radio Texas, Tailgate Country Radio from Canada, and Radio 94.3 from Sweden. And they're playing the show on Friday. I love that, so thank you for doing that. And you can also catch us on TV. I'm on YouTube right now at KICR Indie Country Radio over there. And I'm also on CanyonStar.tv. And you can check me out on TikTok live at Tim Kelly on Air. Come over there and say hello. We got a chat room going on over there as well. And I'm also on all the major streaming services like iHeartRadio, Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcast, wherever you stream your podcast. Just search The Tim Kelly Show and you too will be listening to New Country's Best. The 3rd song in the Triple Play for Christian Davis is called Wonder Woman. Check this one out on KICR Indie Country Radio's Triple Play Thursday.
You're little piece of your time. If you wonder, woman, how I'm spending mine, all I do is wonder how you keep my world spinning round. God knows I'd be lost without you. All I do is wonder why I even get to call you mine. Every day when the day is through, all I do is wonder, woman, how you love me like you do. You see me at my best, you see me at my worst. Somehow you see it through and make it work. You're sharp as a thorn and pretty as a rose. Every time I hold you, heaven knows. All I do is wonder how you keep my world spinning round. God knows I'd be lost without you. All I do is wonder why I even get to call you mine. Every day when the day is through, all I do is wonder, woman, how you love me like you do. All I do is wonder how you keep my world spinning round. God knows I'd be lost without you. All I do is wonder why I even get to call you mine. Every day when the day is through, all I do is wonder, woman, how you love me like you do. All I do is wonder, woman, how you love me like you do. Like you do.
It's time for today's newest country music, Indie Country Radio, with Tim Kelly.
Tonight I'm staring at the bottom of an empty glass. It ain't the first and it sure as hell won't be the last. Thinking about memories back in the day, I'd be up losing sleep just cursing your name. But I packed you up and left it in the past. After 3 drinks, 2 hours climbing up the walls of this old locked tower. Right now, tonight I finally get the feeling it'll be alright. I carried you through hell, but now I'm done. After 3 drinks, 2 hours, I'm starting at 1. Tonight I'm staring at the pieces that are left of me. You couldn't break me down, but there's an old soft side I still can't see. Fast cars and freedom, drunk Friday nights. There's no look over your shoulder, no worries in sight. Here's to the new and the best I'll ever be. After 3 drinks, 2 hours climbing up the walls of this old locked tower. Right now, tonight I finally get the feeling it'll be alright. I carried you through hell, but now I'm done. After 3 drinks. I'm starting
Number
at
2.
You don't cry, you don't even miss me when I'm gone. And even when I try, you don't even need me when I get home. I curl up beside you and hold you while you sleep. 'Cause lately it's the only time I can feel you close to me. And I know I'm out on the road, and I know I play every show, and I know it breaks away the pieces of my soul. I know I can't be around for everything, but I can lay here now and love you while you dream. The palm of my hand used to feel so big when you'd lay in it, but now you're running all over the house, and I'm running all over the town, just trying to make a living. I've missed so many steps, and I've missed so many stepping stones. I pray someday you'll understand when you're all grown. And I know I'm out on the road, and I know I play every show, and I know it breaks away the pieces of my soul. I know I can't be around for everything, but I can lay here now and love you while you dream. Now I've never been the kind to live my life full of regrets, but every time we say goodbye, it's one I'll never forget. And I know I'm out on the road, and I know I play every show, and I know it breaks away the pieces of my soul. I know I can't be around for everything, but I can lay here now and love you while you dream. Just let me lay here now and love you.
Her name is Ashley Ewing. That is called While You Dream. And before that, another great tune called 321. We'll have one more in just a second to complete her triple play. But I want to tell you that we do have an upcoming radio interview. That's going to happen December the 6th. So be sure to tune in on a New Music Friday edition of The Tim Kelly Show. And my special guest on December the 6th, one of them that night will be the great Ashley Ewing from the state of Texas. And we're going to play one more from her. And then we're going to get right to our first radio interview with Brenda Best out of Nashville, Tennessee. This is called Chasing Down Forever from Ashley Ewing on The Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on a Triple Play Thursday.
2 miles from breakdown, I'm running out of know-how. There's no way to slow down. I'm 2 miles from breakdown. I'm crawling out of my skin. I couldn't tell you where or just when I fell in love with the idea of him. I'm crawling out of my skin. I'm going 80 in a 45 'cause I years after. I should have said I'm sorry so much faster. I'm going 80 in a 45 'cause I can't stand the thought of getting caught behind the next red light while I'm holding on to this moment. Pedal to the metal, I'm chasing down forever. Maybe you're crushing chorus cans and think you're a lesser man for walking away. Maybe I'm out of my mind, or maybe it's just the time to beg you to stay. I'm going 80 in a 45 'cause I can't stand the thought of getting caught behind the next red light while I'm holding on to this moment. Pedal to the metal, pedal to the metal. I'm going 80 in a 45 'cause I can't stand the thought of getting caught behind the next red light while I'm holding on to this moment. Pedal to the metal, I'm chasing down forever tonight. Oh, 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 oh. I'm chasing down forever tonight. Oh, 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 oh. I'm chasing down forever
You're listening to the Tim Kelly Show on KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com. It is Triple Play Thursday. That means every artist on the show gets played 3 times in a row, and I'm excited to play 3 from this next artist. Her name is Brenda Best, and you've got some great music, and it's great to talk to you today. How are you?
Tim Kelly, wow, we are miles apart, but it sounds like we're right in the same room, and I just love that. Thank you so much for having me on the show.
You are welcome, and I'm excited to play your music, like I said, and get to hear the stories behind them. That's why I love doing these interviews, and we've been talking off the air. You got a lot of great stories to tell. You're not new to the music business by any means. Back in '04, I was looking up, 20 years ago, you were a contestant on Nashville Star.
I was. Wow. You know, I'm so glad you're talking about this because that was something that I didn't think was that important for a long time. You know, I do things and I'm just, oh, well, people don't care about that one or this one. But now that I look back and all the winners, like Miranda Lambert was a winner, Buddy Jules was a winner on the Nashville Star. And I think that maybe for years I kind of lived a little bit with the disappointment that I didn't really do as well on the show as I wanted to. But I think about it now, you know, here it is, I think it's 20 years later already. And I look at it and think, well, there were like 6,500 people who auditioned in line in Nashville, and I was one of the final 33 people that just almost had that shot. And so I think I appreciate it more now, Tim, than I ever did. So I'm proud of it. I'm proud of that now.
That is awesome. I got to interview the great Buddy Jewell last year on this program. He was the very first winner, as you mentioned, of Nashville Star. You recently got to hang out with him when you were hanging out at the Josie Awards in October last month. So that's awesome.
Yes, right. Yes, we did. And he is also an awesome performer. I saw him twice the same weekend because the Josie Music Awards weekend had their Songwriters Achievement Awards, and that was on Saturday night. And then on Sunday, they had the big night, the awards show. And wow, what a spectacular night that was.
You won an award, too, and tell us what category you won.
Oh my goodness, Tim. So let me just say this. I was in the restroom when they announced my name. So this is what happened. The stage was getting set up. They had done a bunch of presentations and award winners. So the winners would come up to the mic and take turns at thanking everybody that supported them and the Josie Awards for giving the award. So meanwhile, while this is going on, they're setting up the stage for a band to come on and perform once they are finished with the presentations. And I thought, well, I probably have a chance now to run to the restroom. So I did. And when I got into the ladies' room, there was a toilet that was busted or something because there was water gushing out from the back, and that was making a lot of noise. And, you know, at the Opry House in Nashville, there are TV sets in the restrooms where you can see what's going on, even though you're standing in line behind others to wait for your turn. Well, I couldn't hear a thing. I didn't know, and I thought, well, you know, I got time. But then I'm coming out of there, and I see that there's a text message on my phone. Some of my friends in there are saying, get back in here. You won. And I'm like, what?
Whoa.
And I got like 5-inch heels under that big dress of mine. And I'm hurrying back, and I thought, no, because when I walked in, they're starting more presentations. It's not the band. The band had finished playing, and I kind of sneak up on stage, and it's kind of quiet in there, and Josie and Tina are at the podium announcing other things, and I waited a little bit off the side, but then I'm walking across that huge stage. 4,000 people are looking. Some of them are chuckling, wondering, what's this woman going to do? Oh, and then I think they realized, oh, yes, that's the girl that won, and she's late. Because they had said that if they knew I was in the building, and they said, you can still come and get your award. So I'm oh, wow. So I was embarrassed a little bit, but then that's why on my speech, on the video that's on my Facebook, I explained what was going on, and you hear the laughter in the room.
That's awesome.
Oh my goodness, what a crazy moment. But wouldn't it be my luck, you know?
Yep.
Things like that happen when you least expect it, and I truly didn't even think that I would win.
Well,
so
it's definitely something you'll remember for years and the rest of your life, probably. And I was telling you, there's other famous people that has actually happened to. I can't remember if it was either the Oscars or the CMA Awards or something like that, where one of the females won, and she said the same thing. I was in the restroom.
Yeah, wow. And it kind of almost shows that, well, you know, you're kind of easy going. You don't think you're going to win. But those are the things that happen to people like us.
Yep. Now, tell me about, let's go back further than 20 years. How did music start for you and this country gospel music that you make? You know, who maybe some of the artists back in the day that inspired you to want to do something in music?
It is strange to think that I wasn't really interested when I was a youngster. I wasn't interested in gospel music at all. What a shame. And I feel that maybe I was a little bit lost at times, because now I feel like, wow, I'm doing, you know, good things for the Lord. And it seems like I'm getting rewards for it. And but not to knock anything, rock music is awesome because I still write it and I still sing it, and but I've really grown into other genres. Sometimes I've seen people say, "Wow, you're like Elvis," because and that that's big. And I say, "What do you mean? I'm not as rich and famous," but they say no, but because Elvis was in different categories. He was a rock star. He was a blues guy. And he was a winner of gospel music when it came to Grammy Awards. So I think that, in fact, he never won a Grammy for his other genres, but he did for gospel. Isn't that interesting, Tim?
Yes, and he was inspired by a lot of folks, you know, who made that kind of R&B style music. B.B. King was one of them, you know, stuff
definitely.
like that. I saw that movie Elvis in the theaters. Me and my wife went to see it with Austin Butler playing Elvis, and boy, he did him justice. And
wow.
You know,
Wow,
there's a lot
so-
of talk about these Elvis tributes, and me and you talked about it. We have them here in Branson too, and they say, you know, that everybody that does Elvis tributes does the older version of Elvis because they couldn't do those kind of moves that he did that got him kicked out of a lot of venues, that Elvis and the pelvis kind of things.
like Ed Sullivan show and
Yeah.
all those. They didn't even show his hips on that show.
Right?
You know, but I know you and I were way too young for that.
That's
We were-
right.
but we know about it, and I think it's pretty great.
Yeah,
I would've-
absolutely.
Hey, Tim, you know, I met Lisa Marie I think it was in 2010, it was like in the 2000s.
Uh-huh.
And she was in Nashville, and she was at a city winery. It's a place here, and wow, she was going to perform, and I think she was just starting her career in and I think she had a country song. I'm not sure what the music was, but because it was her and it was unique and it was good.
Yeah.
And I know she was invited to the Grand Ole Opry, but I was so mesmerized. I didn't care after that what she was playing, because this is Elvis's daughter. She looked like him, and she looked like her mom too, and so beautiful. And wow, she shook my hand. I mean, I couldn't even.
Wow.
I was starstruck, you know, to think that I was in the same room as the king's daughter. That was incredible.
Yeah, that's something. I don't remember it, but I know there's a picture, and my mom has it, that I got my picture taken on the steps of Graceland when I was about 3 years old. And
Cute.
for folks that haven't seen it, with the technology that we have now, Elvis does a great rendition of "In the Ghetto" with his daughter singing a duet with that, Lisa Marie Presley, too. So that is an awesome song, one of my favorites that he ever did.
I'm going to look that up because I'd love to see that. And yes, what a beautiful song that is.
You'll
But
love
back
it.
to inspiration. Wow, you asked me about my young age. I had grown up in Canada, and it was in the East Coast. It's next to Maine. It's a province called New Brunswick. And I was up north in a city called Campbellton. And so I did all my schooling there. It's a bilingual city, French and English, because the whole province is officially an official bilingual French and English province in Canada. There are three. There's us, and Quebec, of course, is French, but they do speak English too. And Manitoba was the other one. So I grew up and went to school in Campbellton and New Brunswick, worked there for a while. Then I left and went to Winnipeg in Manitoba, Canada, which is kind of in the prairie provinces. When you look at the map, you see Ontario. It's right next to Ontario to the west of that. And I lived there for a few years, and then I came to the United States, and then back to Vancouver, Canada, and then back into the U.S., and then to Virginia, to the state of Virginia, and then to Nashville in 1999. So I grew up in a family who was very talented. My mother's side of the family, they're just multi-talented people. They played everything from banjos to accordions to guitars and anything string instruments they were very good with. So I inherited that talent, I'd say, on my mother's side, and she was always teaching me and my sisters how to sing harmony. So I think that I've certainly got all the talent from everybody in my family.
Yeah.
So I'm proud of that. It's been a good thing for me, but I didn't think I'd pursue it professionally until I had a health scare in 1994. I had a lot of trouble with my health and with my colon, my ulcerative colitis. I had that for like 10 years, and it was under treatment with meds and stuff. But it's a blessing, because when I was in Virginia, I ended up taking myself to the UVA, to the hospital there, because I was just dehydrated and I was sick as a dog. And they decided to keep me. So it was like, whoa, really, I got to get admitted. And I was okay with that, because I knew I needed the help. So they hydrated me, kept me there for like a week. But in a week's time, what happened was my colon had perforated. They rushed me into surgery. I was almost dead.
Wow.
So I survived that, and I spent about a month, almost a month, in intensive care. And so many great people in the American public were so helpful and saved my life. I always felt that I needed to contribute back to the U.S. in that case because I wanted to become an American eventually. So just in 2015, I did my citizenship, and I'm so proud of that, and I'm proud to serve our country if they needed me in any way. The only thing that I wasn't eager about is they say, well, you're an American citizen. There are 3 important things that you will be doing. One is to serve in a federal election. The other one is to be able to vote in a federal election in the United States, which that's exciting and important. Mm-hmm. And then you have, you could serve in the military if they needed you, and it was one kind of those things like back in the day, they'd draft people. Hey, you're allowed to serve when you're an American citizen. But the third one that I wasn't too excited about very nervous about it was, you can serve as one of the 12 members on a jury. Yeah. And I'm like, oh God, no. And I'm like, oh no. And like about 2 weeks after I became a citizen, I get a letter in the mail inviting me to the courtroom, the federal court downtown in Nashville. And I was interviewed because I was going to be part of 12 people on a jury. Mm-hmm. So after this interview in the courtroom, before they even choose you, they have this interview. And it's like, they asked me my occupation. And of course, they ask if you know these people that are in the room because they have the 2 parties that are going to fight it out. But they also ask you if you what your occupation is. And so when I said I was a musician, songwriter, and a singer, they looked at each other, these lawyers, and they kind of shook their heads. I could see them. And then they said, Miss Bess, you may be dismissed. Thank you very much. And I thought to myself, wow, do they think that musicians are not reliable people? And then now I'm telling my musician friends, hey guys, if you want to get out of serving in a jury, all you gotta say is that you're a musician.
That's right. If you don't want to get picked to be on the jury, get a guitar pick. That'll fix it.
Yeah, that's a good one. Anyway, I know that story was a bit long, and I hope our listeners weren't bored.
No, not at all. And they're absolutely going to love your music. We're going to start off with the first song we're going to play called "The Bitter End," and that's the reason for this interview because your promotional people reached out to me with this song. And I understand it's got a video to it as well.
Yes, Tim, thanks a lot for mentioning that and keeping us on track. The Bitter End has got a music video on YouTube, and it was filmed on location at a place in Nashville called Mirror Mirror, which is an awesome little place. You got to check it out. But my video is available on YouTube, and I hope people will subscribe there to my channel. When they see the video, they can subscribe to. I've released a few more videos as well that people can see there as well. So, yeah, I'm excited. And The Bitter End is submitted for the Grammy nominations. Hopefully, I'm crossing my fingers that I get chosen and that I see people in Los Angeles in February. I mean, it's a long shot because I'm an independent artist, and there's so much competition with all the big labels. But I'm honored that I'm a voting member of the Grammy Awards, and for us to have a chance as independent artists to submit our work for consideration. So I'm looking forward to seeing the news on what's going to happen to that. Well, and I'm looking forward to you playing my song.
You got it. Well, I'm going to do one. I'm going to do one better than that because I've known for years that these independent artists like yourself not only have trouble getting radio airplay, but they got a lot of great music videos. And so I started this TV channel called ICTV. It stands for Indie Country Television. And with your permission, I'm going to get The Bitter End, and I'm going to put that on my TV channel, and it's going to play 24/7. How's that sound?
Oh, my my gosh. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Thank you. And I'm going to share that with people on Facebook.
Thank you.
Share your links. Share your indie radio station. I think it's KICR.
Yes.
Am I right?
That's right.
Yeah.
And that video channel has had almost 40,000 views. So you're going to be in there with a lot of great company and a lot of great videos on there. And speaking of videos, you were in a couple of videos. I'm looking at Blake Shelton's Home that you were in, and also Brad Paisley's Mud on the Tires.
Yes, indeed. Now, in Mud on the Tires, there's so many people in there. But if people caught the flash of a guy in a bathtub, I'm one of the 4 women bathing him. It's so fast. and in Blake Shelton, I had some really good stuff there. I was the mother of the 2 little girls that run up to me in the airport giving me flowers, and so I give them together. I give them a nice big hug, and you see that like 3 times. I'm so like, wow, I'm a star.
I love it.
But I like Blake Shelton. He was a really nice guy.
Yep.
He still is, and I just haven't seen him in a long time because he's been busy in Hollywood, and he's, he was doing The Voice for a while.
Yeah.
But he's everywhere.
I'll tell you, we love Blake Shelton. He's one of the reasons I got into country radio, because I spent 20 years in Southeast Oklahoma. In fact, from Ada, Oklahoma, where he's from, and we actually went to Tishomingo about a year ago, and his mom's got a resale shop right there beside Old Red down there in Tishomingo.
Oh.
And so they got all these rustic things, like there was deer antlers that he picks up from his ranch that they shed their antlers, and he sells them for like $5. So we love that rustic style, and we decorated our bedroom, and just right over our bed on the mantle we got there, we've got deer antlers from Blake Shelton's ranch.
How cool is that? I mean, did you get it autographed? Did you get any?
No, I didn't get it. But
Cool.
his clothes are in that shop too. The stuff that he wore on The Voice and different things like that.
What?
He's got flannel shirts in there that you can buy that are Blake Shelton's. He's not my size, but he's a little bit taller and longer arms than I am. But he's got some
but
of
you
his
could
clothes.
wear it to bed. It would be like a pajama.
Exactly. Yep. So that's some good stuff. I love to hear the stories behind the songs. The first one we're going to play tonight is called "The Bitter End," your latest release. Tell us the story behind it.
Well, I'll tell you what, I needed to write a song before I performed in New York City back in 2019. And I thought, I had this line, though, in my head for a long time. The line, "Dying on the Vine." It was all because I was playing an acoustic gig in a little place called the Bunkinut Pig in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And I played there regularly every Wednesday.
Uh-huh.
And, a lot of people were hanging out there. It was fun. And I just did an acoustic gig. And some guy came up to me and he says, "You're so beautiful." Like that. He was drunk. And he was saying, "I know you're married," he said. But he said, "I think you're like a fine grape." And he said, "Right now you're dying on the vine," because he says, "That guy's not even here." I said, "My husband," I said, "he'd be bored if he came out every gig I did." I said, "It's like a job." So anyway, I sent that guy away. And he's still a good guy. But his line, "Dying on the Vine," was in my head forever. I even almost titled a song "Dying on the Vine" and started writing something with someone else one time. But that wasn't going anywhere. So I thought, here it was. I was playing at the Bitter End in New York City in 2019, and I was thinking, the bitter end, like that. And I was thinking, and I thought, hey, that old line from that other thing I was thinking about would sound good, because to me, it could relate to wine, and it would be like, plus, it would be the title of the place I'm playing. The place was called the Bitter End in New York City, which is an iconic bar that so many incredible people played there. Like Bon Jovi even played there. Bob Dylan, Joni Mitchell, those names. I mean, a lot. So here I was part of an indie collaborative, and it's a group of people. A lot of them are Grammy members, and that's where we showcased our songs at the Bitter End. So, in fact, I wrote the song like within a couple of weeks before playing the Bitter End. And I thought, oh, this is clever. I've got a song that's the same name as the place I'm playing, you know.
Yeah.
I think that's cool. So
It is.
it all came about, and I know, and it's like a breakup song. It's like, who's not been through that? I mean, breakups. And I think I had never written anything about that sort of mood before, because I truly think I live a pretty happy life, and usually I don't have anything like that to write about. But I think back of what, I'm a great counselor. My friends tell me their stories, their love lives, and they're my girlfriends. So a lot of that is from inspiration, from conversation, from feeling that myself when I was in my younger days, breakups, and from the line that intoxicated man had told me in a bar that night, you know. I was dying on the vine. So in fact, when the song starts, that is awesome. Particular line is in the first part of the song. Anyway, I hope people like it, and thank you for playing it.
You're welcome.
And I mean, it also transcends to all genres, and it's something that I think that a lot of people have been liking, and the success of it is more than I imagined. So I appreciate it.
You're going to be able to watch the video to The Bitter End on ICTV as well. You're going to hear it right now from Brenda Best, and I can say New Country's Best on the Tim Kelly Show, The Bitter End, KICR Indie Country Radio on this Triple Play Thursday.
Held a grudge for centuries, bottled deep inside, like sediments in a box of Riesling. There's bitterness that lies, nothing left but broken dreams, with nowhere left to climb. Toxic emotions left us dying on the vine. The bitter end, bitter end. Love is finally over, it's the bitter end. The bitter end, bitter love is finally ended, it's the bitter end. Obscure reality don't match up with real time. Couldn't see the warnings, guess love is blind. Like an addiction, still burning with desire. There's no rekindling flames when only one feeds the fire. The bitter end, bitter end. Love is finally over, it's the bitter end. The bitter end, bitter end. Love is finally ended, it's the bitter end.
face a bitter end.
Her name is Brenda Bess. That is her latest single. It is called The Bitter End. You just heard the story behind it. You're not dying on the vine. That song is fantastic, and I'm going to be playing a lot more of it.
Thank you. Oh, wow. Thank you so much.
You are welcome. And folks are going to be able to check out the video on ICTV. That is Indie Country Television. And thanks for helping promote all of that, too, because, there's so much talent out there, and we hear it on the radio, but it's neat to get to see you guys in action, too.
Yeah, and somebody said music videos, I think that they think that things are not going to be as visible on YouTube, but when you start having thousands of people watching your video, you know that it's still a popular thing. I like YouTube. I'm on YouTube a lot. There's a lot of great stuff to watch there.
I do too, and you can go back and relive those moments like I was telling you with Elvis Presley singing with his daughter. I used to love the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. You can go back and see those episodes and the people that he used to interview that were stars back in the day, and they leave an impact. They leave a footprint. They get a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and that's really neat stuff, man. I love YouTube too.
Thank you. You know what? I think, too, YouTube is good. There's everything you want. I mean, sometimes, too, that you can't find anything on regular TV. You just get into YouTube and start watching people's videos. Yep. It's real fun. I love, did you mention that you were a DJ during the 80s? And so I love 80s music. I go back sometimes and listen to 80s country and 80s rock and all the pop stuff that we grew up with.
Michael Jackson back in the day, Madonna, Chicago, REO Speedwagon. I mean, those groups, the list just goes on and on. Journey, all of that stuff, and those are some of the tributes that we still see to this day. And talent competitions, like you did with the Nashville Star. I still see that stuff on America's Got Talent and all of that. People covering those songs. That's good stuff.
I love that stuff, too.
I do, too. Let's talk about your next song, simply a one-word title. It just left us, but it was called Summer. Tell us about this one.
Well, I'll say, I love when summer rolls around. Oh, my goodness. Here we are heading into winter. But summer has a music video, too, and we enjoyed filming that. In fact, people can see my husband in that one. He's the one driving that convertible with me. So
awesome.
We had a good time filming that. Writing the song, but you know what? That song was part of a winning album. I think it was 2011. The song, and not the video, but the song itself was on an album called Facebook Friend, and it won Album of the Year in the NEMA Awards, which is the Nashville Independent Music Awards, and it had won Album of the Year, and that was such a thrill. But Summer is part of that entire 11-song album, and that's out. People, if they want to buy that on iTunes or Apple Music, or listen to it on Spotify, Summer is still out there. So it's been out for a while. It's been out since 2011.
And speaking of albums, I believe you've been in the studio this week, in fact, recording a new album.
Wow, you've been watching me. I'm so happy because I just posted that last night. I shouldn't say last night, but it's because when this airs.
Yeah.
We finished a Christmas album, which is released in November, and just in time for the holidays.
Love it.
And so it's an EP. It's 5 songs, which is considered an album these days. So I'm excited about the release of that and spreading it out there and people enjoying the songs. Some of the songs on that were written by Corey Lee Barker and myself.
I know his name. I see his name pop up a lot, and we talk about him in interviews all the time.
He's fantastic.
Yes, he is.
And any Christmas songs, listen, he is Mr. Christmas. So I certainly enjoyed our session. We came up with 3 great songs, and they're all going to be on this 5-song EP. So I'm looking
That's awesome.
forward.
Do you have any
right.
Christmas videos out there to some of your songs?
No, I don't. Except for when I did a performance video in Florida last December. I did it at it's the Holiday Music and Film Awards, and I performed one of my Christmas songs live, and it is part of my YouTube channel, and people can see it there. It's called May Christmas Last Forever, and I also performed it on TV here in Nashville on the WSMV TV, and they have a program there today in Nashville, and I performed a couple of songs, Christmas songs live. So one of them is called Checking Up on Your Behavior, and the other one was Speak Your Name.
There you go. And I do have your Christmas song, Make Christmas Last Forever. We're going to start playing those next week, the day after Thanksgiving. But I also have a Christmas TV channel. I've got ICTV Christmas, and I've got some great Christmas movies on there powered by Hallmark. And then I put Home Alone on there back in 1990, Macaulay Culkin. I thought that was a great movie. I love watching that still to this day.
Me too.
And then there's some great Christmas videos on the very first TV player, the Christmas channel. You got Nat King Cole and Mariah Carey, Kelly Clarkson, a bunch of good videos in there. So
I love that. I can't wait to tune in.
Yeah, it's on the air right now. So I didn't wait till Christmas to put that out there, but we're going to wait till the day after Thanksgiving to start playing the Christmas music, yours included. And I want to thank you for being on the show tonight. Where can folks find you on social media if they want to check out more of Brenda Best music?
Yeah, I'd say brendabest.net. That's my official website, and all the links to social media can be found at my website, brendabest.net. I'm on Facebook. I also have an entertainment page, news page there. They just have to type in Brenda Best Nashville on Facebook and on Instagram.
Okay.
And on Twitter X, I'm Brenda Best.
There you go. Well, you are the best, and I can say New Country's best behind every one of the songs we play tonight. And we're going to play Summer, and then the top of the next hour is going to kick off with Speak Your Name, her great country gospel song. Brenda Best, thank you for being on the show, and let's do this again real soon.
I love that, Tim. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful day, and happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there.
You too.
Happy holidays.
This is Brenda Best. This is called Summer on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's best on a Triple Play Thursday.
Yeah, come on now. I love when summer rolls around. Everybody's back in town. June weddings without rain. I love a graduation day, a family getaway, and watching the children play. Now it's time for all of us. It's time for everyone. It's time for you and I to play. We're holding hands, walking on the sand, and kissing endlessly. And I love music turned up loud, sitting with a crowd and watching my favorite band play. Yeah, it's time for all of us. It's time for everyone. It's time for you and I to play. Hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, 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 hey. Let's play. Well, it's time for all of us. It's time for everyone. It's time for you and I to play. I love when summer rolls around and watch the sun go down at the end of a summer day. It's time for all of us. It's time for everyone. It's time for you and I to play. It's time for all of us. It's time for everyone.
best in new country starts now. On Indie Country Radio, New Country's best.
Dear Lord, as I pray to you this morning, it's a privilege that you'll take me by the hand. Please, Lord, help me handle what's ahead. Would you let me put my trust in your great plan? All I want is to have a little wisdom, and all I want is to grace you with my speech. Ooh, when I speak your name, Jesus. Dear Lord, help me follow your direction. Show me how to walk in spirit up the path. Please, Lord, would you take care of my friends? Some need healing, some need a second chance. All I want is to honor and obey. All I want is to know just what to say. When I speak your name, Jesus, out of all the noise in the world that surrounds me, I can feel your loving arms around me. Your peace is a gift in my heart that found me. Who am I to be so blessed? Dear Lord, would you take away my fears? Help me wipe away my worries and my tears. All I want is to have a little wisdom, and all I want is to grace you with my speech. All I want is to honor and obey, and all I want is to know just what to say. Ooh, when I speak your name. Ooh, when I speak your name. Ooh, when I speak your name, Jesus.
That is called Speak Your Name, a great country gospel song from Brenda Best. Before that, another great one called Summer, and then The Bitter End to complete a triple play. And what a great radio interview with Brenda Best tonight. I can definitely say New Country's best behind all of her songs. And go check out the video to The Bitter End on our TV channel. That is ICTV Indie Country Television. And she also sent me some Christmas music today. We've got that playing in rotation right now on the KICR Indie Country Christmas channel. That channel is on my website and KICRIndieCountryRadio.com as well. We are on that website right now live on that Radio Boss player. Just click that one if you want to hear the live audio, and that is right there on the very first of the homepage. It's not the first player you'll see. Just scroll down just a little bit underneath the timer that says we should be zeroed out because we are on the air right now, but it says Radio Boss. Hit that one, and that is the live show. There's also a QR code there where you can download download the Tim Kelly Show app, and you can save that to your mobile device. Anytime I go live on Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, you'll be able to listen through your mobile device and take the music wherever you are. We hope you're enjoying what we're doing so far. I got another great radio interview with my good friend Kenny Curcio that's coming up at the bottom half of this hour, and then another one just a little bit after 9 o'clock p.m. Central Time in the third hour. James Rose from the nation's capital of Washington, D.C. is going to join us on the program as well. This next gentleman is Randy Cobb. This is called Alabama Sticks, starting off hour number 2 of the Tim Kelly Show on KICR Indie Country Radio, Triple Play Thursday.
Riding shotgun in a four-wheel drive, there's a full moon blaring on this Alabama night. Me and my boys looking for some fun, raising hell, chasing tail in that midnight sun. Turned left by the field, parked by the gate, heard wailing of Merle, Keith, Whitley, then some Blake. Jumped on over, walked on in, and I said, my name's Randy, these boys are my friends. They were angels around, trouble in their eyes, with their pretty flannel shirts and their cut-off covered thighs, dancing around, beers in their hands, by the water, by the fire, man, they were raising some sand, and I smiled at one, she winked back at me, next thing I knew, she was teaching birds and bees. What a night to remember, never forget all the fun that we found in those Alabama sticks. Now we couldn't believe we had come on such a dream with these country little cuties way out here in the trees. Me and my boys looking for some fun. What a time that we found under the midnight sun. That's the way it goes. Stuff is for real when you're riding shotgun with your buddies by a field. What a night to remember. Never forget all the fun that we found in those Alabama sticks. There were angels around, trouble in their eyes, with their pretty flannel shirts and their cut-off covered thighs, dancing around, beers in their hands, by the water, by the firemen, they were raising some sand, and we couldn't believe we had come on such a dream with these country little cuties way out here in the trees. What a night to remember, never forget all the fun that we found in those Alabama sticks.
Song number 2.
How I love your face, how I love your smile. It lights up a room like a neon glow from a harvest moon. When you laugh, it's free. When you stare at me, it flies to my soul like a ghost wind from your heart of gold. I never want to lose this or do anything to bruise this. This thing will last us all our days. What a gift to find this love of yours and mine. It's so amazing. And all the saints pretend You're my very best friend, you stand by my side when the weather vane spins from those hurricane winds. Come and dream with me. Close your eyes, you'll see how forever feels as we hold hands through those daisy fields. I never want to lose this or do anything to bruise this. Hey, this thing will last us all our days. What a gift to find this love of yours and mine. It's so amazing. Do anything to bruise this. This thing will last us all our days. What a gift to find this love of yours and mine. Oh, what a gift to find a love like yours and mine. It's so amazing. It's so amazing.
That song is amazing, and that just happens to be the title of it. And I say it all the time. I love a ballad in the world of country music. That is a great one right there. Randy Cobb is the artist. Music by Randy Cobb is where you can check him out on Facebook. Go give him a like and a follow. Tell him Tim Kelly sent you from the Tim Kelly Show. Alabama Sticks before that, and one more from Randy Cobb to complete his triple play. Also has a video to it. You can check it out on my TV channel. That is ICTV, Indie Country Television. That tab is at the top of the homepage of KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com. The song is Not On Me, Randy Cobb on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, playing new country's best on Triple Play Thursday.
Firing up my pickup, I'm on my way to work. 8 to 5 just to get mine, living life for what it's worth. Now I'm down to my last dollar, last cigarette. Still worried about tomorrow, but I ain't giving up yet. I'm not a preacher, damn it, I'm gonna preach. Everybody wants to get there fast, got a soul for you gonna read. You've got your hands out, but these handouts ain't for free. No, baby, not on me. Baby, not on me. Oh, us backwood boys are yelling, not on me. That's what you're used to, but it's time for things to change. This living off the back of the working man's the wrong way to earn your pay. 'Cause we learn young how to do it. This is how we were born and raised. We wake up, go to work, make it home, go to church, love God, family, USA. You do it your way. Man, I've given all I think I can give. Made by the sweat of my brow, forged me the life that I live. what's going on. I think it's time people to see there ain't nothing for free. Yeah, oh, us backwood boys are yelling out on me.
Great country tunes on the radio.
Get it? Today's country.
Country lives right here. Country is what we do.
Today's country. More of today's new country now.
I love the music.
You're listening to KICR Indie Country Radio, syndicated worldwide, playing new country's best.
Now this is my kind of country. New country. New country. New country.
Storm clouds gather on the hilltops, reminding me of when you done me wrong. Broke my heart in a million pieces. I can't seem to make it on my own. Those blues sneak up without warning. Your cheating ways are still with me now. I wished I could let you go, darling, but your memory hangs on to me for now. At night I lay in bed crying. I reach over to feel your golden head, but what I feel is a cold stain and lonely. Your pillow is left laying there. Those blues sneak up without a warning. Your cheating ways are still with me now. Wished I could let you go, darling, but your memory hangs on to me for now. Now, Mama, now she tried to tell me before I put gold on your head, son, her eyes tell the story. You can't trust what you don't understand. Those blues will sneak up without warning. Your cheating ways are still with me now. I wished I could let you go, darling, but your memory hangs on to me for now. But your memory hangs on to me for now.
Song number 2.
"16 years is a long damn time to stay with someone, pretending it's it's all fine that you survive the fires he put you through. The only good were the three little U's. He turned your life upside down, stole their mind with his invisible crown, and you ran away in time after time. But his charm deceived your mind. Forgetting love's like an old tattoo, a permanent reminder that you can't undo. Like those kids, your mom and me too. Like an old damn tattoo. Time has a way of bearing the truth. By having faith and trusting in your roots, I knew one day that they would find themselves. They come back to you like everyone else. Forgetting love's like an old tattoo, a permanent reminder that you can't undo. Like those kids, your mom and me too. Like an old damn tattoo. Forgetting love's like an old tattoo. It's like a permanent reminder that you can undo. Like those kids, your mom and me too. Like an old damn tattoo.
That is Tattoo by Piper Paisley. And before that, Your Memory Hangs On. We'll have one more from Piper in just a moment. She was my special guest last Wednesday on an Indie Wednesday edition of The Tim Kelly Show. If you missed that radio interview, it is playing in rotation on my website, but you can also go check out just the interview and the 3 songs that we played on the Tim Kelly Show interview archives. Click that and go find Piper Paisley. And for Piper and whoever wants to, you can download it, share it on social media, whatever you want to do with it. And I'll have 3 more actually tonight to put in the Tim Kelly Show archives after we're done tonight as well. So that's going to be good stuff. Go check out the archives. Piper Paisley has one more song that has a great video to it. You can check out the video playing now in rotation on ICTV. That is Indie Country Television. Also on my website at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com. It is called Another Lonely Town from Piper Paisley on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
can still see her face in that rear view. That night in Tupelo, and punching the gas and never looking back, making dust trails to San Antonio. Now maybe my pride still has the best of me, or her spirit, and just wanted to be free. And just another lonely town, another place to lay my head, not another soul around, just the voices in my head. When forever has an end, why is it hard to start again? In another lonely town, just another lonely town tonight. So I packed my bags and headed back to Tennessee. Oh, to Tennessee. Hope in my heart won't forget her, but I couldn't guarantee that it would. Mama told me, girl, you gotta be strong, you gotta move on, but a memory won't let go. And just another lonely town, just a place to lay my head, not another soul around, just the voices in my head. When forever has an end, why is it hard to start again? In another lonely town, it's another lonely town tonight. Sometimes I dream about her, wake up in tears, and I'm reminded that she's gone and I'm living here. Just another lonely town, just a place to lay my head, not another soul around, just the voices in my head. When forever has an end, why is it hard to start again? In another lonely town, it's another lonely town tonight.
You're listening to the Tim Kelly Show on KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com. It is Triple Play Thursday, and every artist on the program is getting played 3 times in a row. And it's always a pleasure to play 3 from this next gentleman, and another great interview with Kenny Curcio. How are you today?
Hey, Tim, I'm doing great. How you doing? Thanks for having me.
You bet. I'm doing fantastic. Always a pleasure to have you on the program. I appreciate you coming back, and we got some new music to play from you tonight.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, thank you. I have the new song, The Closer, that I released a few weeks ago. So we've been promoting that. It's going great, and we're excited to see where it goes.
Yeah, absolutely. You've been pretty busy, I guess, yourself since we talked last. I know I have, booking interviews and talking to folks like you. Lots of people want to be on the program, and I'm sure glad to have you back.
Well, I appreciate you having me back, Tim, and I appreciate what you're doing for us artists Means a lot, man. So thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. I believe that music needs to be heard, and you sure make some great music, and it's always a pleasure to play your stuff. We're looking forward to playing your new one called The Closer here in just a little bit. But for folks that didn't hear our previous interview, from the moment you picked up a guitar, it says you were hooked on music.
Yes, sir. That's what happened. When I was 8 years old, I got into music. Started on the family organ, and when I was 12 is when I got my first guitar, and it was great. Started doing some songwriting in high school and college. So yeah, just my younger days, it just always loved music and writing, and that's kind of where it started. It just took off from there.
You know what? That is interesting that you bring up writing. We'll talk about that songwriting in a little bit, but that brings up this question: why country music? And I know that is one of the genres that tells the best stories, I do believe.
Absolutely. Well, I grew up. My father was listening to country, some old school Johnny Cash and George Strait, and there was some rock and roll and blues in there too. Some Clapton and Stevie Ray. So it's I grew up on a few different genres, but like you said, country music, the storytelling. I really started diving into more country music in the early '90s, and in high school in the 2000s with Toby Keith and Brooks and Dunn, and then there was Zach Brown and Kenny Chesney. So it's kind of a combination of both of those, and I just started to love country music, and here I am playing country music, and also still got some, maybe a little bit of blues in there too, with the rock and roll on occasion. So
that's awesome, and that stuff, like you mentioned, with the Brooks and Dunn, the Kenny Chesneys, and that kind of thing, and Toby Keith, of course. Unfortunately, we lost him, but those became classics, and so I loved them so much I had to start a classic country radio station, and it plays 24/7 on my website when I'm not doing this show, because that 90s country is what really inspired me to get into country radio about 20-30 years ago. So
absolutely. Yeah, there's the '90s country is amazing. So, yeah, man, that's great.
Yeah, and those guys from Oklahoma, like Toby Keith, I spent 20 years down there in southeast Oklahoma in Ada, where Blake Shelton's from, and that's what really got me to want to do something in country radio. But I'm the same way. I got a lot of different musical influences like you, and I love that 80s genre of music, and that's what I started playing years ago when I first got out of broadcasting school. But country radio, I think, and the country artists, I just love them. They're so humble. You can understand all the words, and you tell great stories in your music.
Oh, I appreciate that, Tim. And thank you again for supporting us, independent artists. It means a lot, and sometimes we're just looking for a place to be heard, and you provide that. So
well, absolutely. Since we talked last, I picked up a radio station in Sweden too. We're on Radio 94.3 in Sweden. They asked for the Tim Kelly Show, so I must be doing something right, I hope.
Oh, wow. That's awesome, man. Congratulations on that.
So we're getting it out there for you. Your musical career, though, and doing what you're doing and honing your craft has led you to open up for superstars like Randy Houser, Tyler Farr, Ernest, and I'm sure there's others.
Absolutely, Tim. It was a great opportunity to play alongside those guys. That was a few years ago in Atlantic City, New Jersey, with Randy Houser and Tyler Farr and Ernest. They did like a tour, a songwriters tour. And I was asked to play, so got to hang out with those guys. And it's great when you get an opportunity like that. Yeah. And hopefully more are on the way. So.
You know, that's how this program really started years ago. I was playing guys like Tyler Farr when they were independent artists, and the independents kept coming to us and saying, "Hey, would you play my song? I love your show, love your station," and it just kind of went from there. And I'm listening to it, and I'm going, "Wow, this needs to be on the radio," and it's really better than a lot of what mainstream country is putting out, and I still feel that to this day, you know, and. You know, a buddy of mine, he's been in radio for 34 years, and he said about every 7 years, you know, the genres really take a big turn and things just kind of change. And that's what we have to experience. And then you go through that phase. And then, you know, I don't think traditional country music ever went away, but these young folks, and you included, are sure helping keep it alive.
Absolutely, and I think that happens with music. You have different influences and changes and things that happen, you know, in country music and other genres as well. But the backbone of it, that traditional country, is always gonna be there. And there may be some differences and things that change along the way, but you know, the backbone of it and the roots of country music, I believe, will always be there, man, and that's what it's all about.
And you get to hear different styles and different genres even incorporated. A little bit of rock in there, a little bit of blues, all of that. And some of the folks that I see you've opened for in different festivals, like Jason Aldean, Eric Church, they have their own styles. And this guy named Walker Hayes, I mean, his song went viral with the Fancy Like, and just tore it up. And then the great Carrie Underwood, who, you know, she's from Chakotah, Oklahoma, and I actually went to her mom's house one time selling insurance and knocked on her door and tried to sell her a policy years ago. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah, they are fantastic people, you know, and just so down to earth. And it's hard to believe that Carrie Underwood won American Idol back in 2005, man. Almost 20 years now she's been doing it.
Yeah, that's amazing. And, you know, Tim, if you still have that connection, man, you know, maybe you still try to reach out to the Underwoods. You never know what could happen there. But yeah, man, no, it's been great. I did the Barefoot Country Music Festival in Wildwood, New Jersey, a couple years ago, and had the opportunity to be on the same bill with Jason Aldean and Eric Church, and those are that was a lot of fun, and some good exposure there as well to meet more fans and that sort of thing. So
I played another guy that you performed in front of named John Party, and I used to say it's time to party, you know, and that's what we do still on New Music Friday. It's a party kind of show and atmosphere, and I love the more upbeat music on a Friday night too. So
that's right, man. Yeah, John Party, he's the man.
Yep.
And it is time to party when you're on the Tim Kelly Show. That's for sure, man.
Absolutely. Yeah. And speaking of the Tim Kelly Show, you got me on your website with a lot of other great stations, and one in your area, 107.3 WNNJ, 103.7. Cat Country is 107.3. So, man, you're getting some good radio airplay. That's awesome.
Thanks, Tim. It's been going well, and you know, I have a song I released early September for the Philadelphia Eagles. It's kind of a hype song, a little different from what I've done before, but we had an opportunity to do an interview with South Jersey ESPN, and then a few of the radio stations we're reaching out to. So, it's been going good here in New Jersey, and we're looking to expand on that.
That is awesome. And you've got a full band. I know you go out and with the guys and do full band shows. So let's give those guys a shout out. Who's the members of your band?
Yeah, shout out to the band members. We have Nat, Mike, and Josh. Also Sean as well fills in, and Kevin is also a member at times as well. So you know, depending on availability, and those guys are busy and they're great. And we're when we get those band gigs, man, we have a lot of fun, and you know, we have a great time.
That is awesome. Speaking of having a great time, now I don't know that I've ever asked you this when we talked before, but away from music and away from recording in the studio, what do you like to do for fun?
So for fun, I love spending time with my wife. recently married. We just got married in August.
Congratulations.
Hey, thanks a lot, man. And yeah, we have we spend time. We have our dog Presley. He's a lot of fun, and we just like spending time outside when we have some free time. Go to the mountains, go hiking, or by some lakes as well. Yeah, just spending time with family. Around the holidays, especially around the holidays. But yeah, and I'm a big fan of just relaxing and watching some football. It's football season, so Sundays come around. I like chilling out and then going to some local restaurants and eating some new food. We enjoy doing that. But yeah, man, aside from music, I'm a pretty laid back guy and just enjoy spending time with family and friends and my wife and just enjoying the little things, man.
Absolutely. And my favorite holiday is coming up in a week from today when we recorded this interview is Thanksgiving. So next Thursday, you're going to get to do all of that, have time with your family and eat some great food and watch a lot of football. That's exactly what I love to do, too.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And I ask you for a holiday greeting, too, to make one of those for us to play on the radio station. So you'll be hearing some Kenny Kershaw wishing you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year as well. And I thank all the artists for doing that. And they're sending me a lot of great Christmas music. And we're going to start playing that the day after Thanksgiving on the 29th, which is the first New Music Friday show after Thanksgiving. So we'll start playing your Christmas music in rotation as well. Let's talk about your brand new single called The Closer. I want to hear the story behind this one, and then we'll play it for the folks.
Yeah, The Closer. Wrote that one with Corey Lee Barker, Jason Wyatt, and Al Panaccio. We wrote that I believe last January or February, and it's a song that is about closing a deal. It's about closing a game, just kind of having a no quit type of whatever it is that you're doing, and it's a song that we sent out, and it's kind of more focused on baseball. And there's actually a baseball movie that may be interested in having the song and using the song. So we kind of took that idea because I grew up playing baseball and I was into sports and. So that's kind of where it started, and it's country. It leans a little bit more on the rock side, but it is a song to kind of get people pumped up, and it's a lot of fun playing it live too. People really enjoy it, and it's we enjoy playing it live. So
that is awesome.
Looking forward to see where it goes.
Absolutely. I'm a huge sports fan. I don't know if I ever told you this. I have a Patrick Mahomes tattoo on my left arm, but I also have my baseball team, the Kansas City Royals, tattooed on my right arm, and they're 2 championships. So let me ask you your favorite team. You mentioned the Philadelphia Eagles. You did some stuff for them. You may be the Phillies, huh, for baseball?
Baseball, definitely the Phillies. Big Phillies fan, and I mean, I grew up in South Jersey, about a half an hour from Philadelphia, so I'm just a fan of all the Philadelphia teams, and enjoy watching college too. Penn State, and you have Rutgers in New Jersey, so man, just supporting the hometown teams and which is a lot of fun. But my top 2 are football and baseball, and I'll catch some basketball games as well in there.
That is awesome. It was kind of hard on me when I lived in Southeast Oklahoma for 20 years. I became a college football fan because of the Oklahoma Sooners down there, but they didn't have a pro team in Oklahoma, and it's really hard. I don't know how people do it when they live in states that doesn't have a professional football team, but you're 30 minutes from Philly, so that's awesome. And I grew up close to Kansas City, so I've been a Chiefs fan since I was like 7.
Oh wow, nice, yeah.
So
that's great, man. You're going on your third. You're trying to.
Yes.
win the third Super Bowl in a row, and you're on your way. You guys are playing great.
I'll tell you what, it is so fun to watch them, and that Patrick Mahomes is something else. But that Kenny Kershaw is something else too, man. I'm glad you're on the program today, and we're gonna play your song, "The Closer." Then we're gonna come back and talk a little bit more and play two more of your songs because it is Triple Play Thursday on the Tim Kelly Show. Here is Kenny Kershaw on KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best, on this Triple Play Thursday.
If there's a deal to be made, a wall to knock down, you need a go-getter to pull it all together. Let me tell you right now. Well, if you ask me to get it done, yeah, then you've already won. 'Cause I am the closer. I am the closer. You can count the money before it even comes in. Yeah. Ice the champagne, I'm gonna make it rain Benjamins. If you ask me to get it done, yeah, then you've already won. 'Cause I am the closer. Yeah, I am the closer. Oh yeah, I'm bringing the heat. Let me hear everybody sing. Oh yeah, I'm bringing the heat. Let me hear everybody sing. I am the closer. I am the closer.
Once again, his name is Kenny Kershaw. That is called "The Closer." It is his brand new single, and you just heard it right here on the Tim Kelly Show. And we're going to play two more for his Triple Play tonight. Man, that's a great song, and we got to hear a great story behind it. Love it.
Thanks, Tim. I appreciate it, man. And yeah, we're excited for it.
Yeah, absolutely. That one's going to do really well on country radio, and I'm sure going to keep playing your stuff. I already have, and I love playing your radio liners too, and we look forward to your Christmas greeting, getting to play that. So I want to thank you for all of those, man. You do a fantastic job at that stuff.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. And yeah, might have a job in voiceover someday. I don't know.
There you go. I think so. You're very good at it.
Thank you.
We were talking about your band off the air and everything, and when you guys get together and get out and go play, there's a lot of fun gigs out there that you've been doing. But let me ask you now, what can some of the songs that you play, maybe that we would know, like cover songs in the shows that you go out and do too, that will draw people in? They love hearing those.
Yeah, the cover songs, we do a mix of some traditional country. We throw some John Denver in there, Country Roads. We'll have, Friends in Low Places. We'll do some newer songs, like Luke Combs and Morgan Wallen. and then we'll go back and throw some Johnny Cash in there, and we'll have some Brooks and Dunn. And then so it's a combination of some modern and some traditional, and then you may see some Leonard Skinner and Tom Petty in there as well. So mix it up, and we also take requests too. So if there's something that someone wants, song someone wants to hear, then we'll play that, and then mix a few of my originals in as well.
Man, that is good stuff right there. Talent, it always rises to the top. And if you can just take requests and you guys know how to play the songs, and I've seen bands here like that in Branson too. These artists come in and they may just bring their guitar, but there's a full band behind them, and they're like, okay, they'll do this. And we've seen them do it live on stage. Okay, we got the song. We know this. Let's do it. And they just rip it out there. It's pretty cool.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's great. We'll always love taking requests and playing songs that the crowd wants to hear, and the more that are there, the better.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the way I operate. I got 3 or 4 chat rooms going on when I've got the show live, and like we are right now, I'm looking at all these different screens trying to keep up with everybody. But if I see a certain person come in and I know what they want to hear, or they ask for a song, in our chat room, I can fix that up real quick live on the radio. So, those are the things that we miss a lot of times about radio and how it streams now, is actually interacting with those radio personalities. And that's kind of the way I grew up, when you could call a radio station up and request that song, because back when I grew up, it was cassette tapes and 8-track tapes. And, if you didn't have that song, it was kind of hard to get a hold of it too.
Oh, wow. Yeah, no, it's good having that request line open and that interaction for sure, and as the music industry, changes a bit, going more online and streaming and that sort of thing, and you never know what's going to happen down the road. But that interaction and that engagement with the fans is a lot of fun, and I enjoy doing it.
It sure is. And that request line you have access to. We're on it right now, so I love when you request to do another interview, and it's sure a pleasure to have you on. That's what I use it for mostly, is now doing interviews, and I love talking to you, man. And keep doing your thing, and let's do this again real soon. If I don't talk to you before Christmas right now, I want to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and have a great 2025. That's coming right around the corner, isn't it?
Thanks, Tim. I appreciate that. Yep, it's right around the corner, and I wish you a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year as well, man.
Thank you so much. Where can folks find Kenny Curcio if they want to check out more of your music on social media?
So they can find Kenny Curcio at KennyCurcioMusic.com, Facebook and Instagram, Kenny Curcio Music, and that's spelled Curcio. You can find me on and TikTok as well. I'm on those 2 platforms, at Kenny Curcio Music. So, those are, and then Spotify and Apple Music to stream and download my original music as well. You can find me, Kenny Curcio. So
there you go. And speaking of your original music, we're going to play 2 more. Let's talk about real quick Just Move and then Hometown Heart.
Just Move is one that I've been playing for a lot of years. It's just, a song of, traveling and trying to make ends meet with, being an independent artist, and it's got a kind of a love song tied into that as well. So I wrote that one. I had a demo of it for a long time. I started writing that when I was, I'd say, early to mid 20s, and then it's a song that it kind of has grown over the years. And when I was in Nashville, probably about 5 years ago, I brought the song back and rewrote it and to what it is now. With Bill DeLuigi. He's a writer in Nashville. And so that's kind of the process of the song, Just Move. It's a upbeat song and one of my top songs that I play. And a lot of fun, and people love it.
That's awesome. And I also love Hometown Heart. That's going to kick off the top of the next hour.
Yep, Hometown Heart. It's about growing up and, wherever your hometown is. I tell folks this is from my hometown to your hometown, and a lot of the how you grew up and the people that have helped you out along the way, just remembering your roots and, the good times along the way for the people that have helped you out. So it's kind of, the song about that, about your hometown. Yes, sir.
I'm glad you grew up loving music. That's how we met. And keep doing your thing, my friend. And we'll come back and talk some more when you send me something else new that you want to promote. I'd love to have you back on anytime.
Sounds great, Tim. Well, thank you for having me, and I appreciate it, man. Look forward to seeing you again and talking to you again.
Same here, my friend. And again, have a great Christmas and a Happy New Year. Spend that time with your family and your dog, and we'll see you on the radio.
Sounds great, Tim. You too. Thank you.
You bet. His name is Kenny Curcio. This is called Just Move on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio. New Country's Best on a Triple Play Thursday.
She's my West Coast beauty. She likes that high life up in them hills. I'm all East Coast country, running up and down the road to pay my bills. So why don't we just move where the feeling takes us, and baby, me and you, like a needle in a 45 groove, turn up some tunes. Yeah, we're stuffed in boots up. You're moving, baby, so why don't we just move? Well, baby, why don't you meet me halfway? You pick the spot and we'll build up from the ground. Yeah. Oh, with the good Lord's grace shining from above us, we'll raise a couple keys, make a little ruckus. What do you think? Yeah, I like the way that sounds. So why don't we just move where the feeling takes us? Baby, me and you are like a needle in a 45 groove. Turn up some tunes. Yeah, we're stuffed in boots up. You move me, baby, so why don't we just move? Yeah, get in, baby, now we're gone. Barbecue is good in Memphis, and Kansas City's pretty in the fall. We could have a big old time in Texas, as long as I got you, girl, it don't matter at all. So why don't we just move where the feeling takes us? Baby, me and you are like a needle in a 45 groove. Turn up some tunes. Yeah, we're scuffed in boots up. You move me, baby, so why don't we just move? Yeah, so why don't we just move where the feeling takes us? And baby, me and you are like a needle in a 45 groove. Turn up some tunes. Yeah, we're scuffed in boots up. You move me, baby, so why don't we just move? Oh, you move me, baby, so why don't we just move? Yeah, said you move me, baby, so why don't we just move? Ooh, yeah.
The best in new country starts now. On Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
I'm from a small town in the backwoods of New Jersey. I was raised beside the lakes and pineland trees, close to the beach, not too far from the city. That's where my roots have grown, and that's where I call home. So this goes out to everybody that's got a hometown heart. Don't forget where things started, and always keep the good times. And all the roads that we traveled, all the moments that we battled. You can never forget where things start when you have a hometown heart. A hometown heart, yeah. Well, I remember the days we'd practice on the ball fields, and then the nights we're spent in LBI. Yeah, that's where this hometown heart is. It never went too far. And all the memories last a lifetime, and there's still time to make more. This goes out to everybody that's got a hometown heart. Don't forget where things started, and always keep the good times. And all the roads that we traveled, all the moments that we battled. You can never forget where things start when you have a hometown heart. A hometown heart, yeah. Just for a moment, I give anything to take me back to my hometown. Yeah, where the people know your name. Just for a moment, to reminisce on all the good times had in our hometown, where the memories never fade. This goes out to everybody that's got a hometown heart. Don't forget where things started, and always keep the good times. And all the roads that we traveled, all the moments that we battled. You can never forget where things start when you have a hometown heart. Yeah, where is all the time gone? All the memories of your hometown. Yeah, where is all the time gone? All the memories in your hometown heart.
His name is Kenny Curcio. He is from the state of New Jersey, and that is called Hometown Heart. That completes another great triple play and a great radio interview with him as well. I want to thank him for being on the program again tonight. Go follow Kenny Curcio on social media, ladies and gentlemen. And he's all over Facebook, Instagram, all of that stuff. So great music on the radio tonight. And I've got a bonus interview. So welcome to hour number 3 of the Tim Kelly Show. I am live on my website at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com from Branson, Missouri, the live show capital of the world. And I've got with us from the nation's capital in Washington, D.C., my good friend James Rose. How are you, my friend?
Tim, I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for doing the program, man. And we've been talking for a while, but it has been a while before we got on the radio. We haven't talked in about a year. That was our first interview, so it's great to have you back on the program.
I appreciate you having me.
Thanks for doing it, man. And how's things in D.C.?
Oh, they're par for the course, I guess.
Par for the course. You know, winter time is a-coming. I bet it gets there pretty quick, doesn't it?
It'll chill off pretty quick up there.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we want to wish you a happy holiday. You know, we're just a week out from Thanksgiving, and then next Friday, I'm going to turn everything over to Christmas. We're going to be playing Christmas music, and I'll have a great Christmas theme going in the background as well when I'm live on my YouTube and all of that going on. So we want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas, too.
Thank you very much. The same to you and yours.
Yeah, absolutely. A year ago, a little over a year ago, you did a full 14-song album, and I love every one of them. We're going to play 3 of them for you tonight on a Triple Play Thursday. But these are some of the cream of the crop that you pick, songs and songwriters from Nashville, Tennessee. And one of them that we're going to play tonight, the very first one, I'm Over You, is a great duet with the great Lorrie Morgan. How did that come about, too? Tell us that story.
Well, I guess I should start from the beginning. I was always a big fan of the song. I fell in love with the song probably 20, 25 years ago. Back home, you know, one of the local one of the local bar bands and was playing it out live, and I had never heard it before, and found out who it was, and said, "Oh, it's Keith Whitley," and I did some more digging and stuff and so forth, and found out, it was that song was actually released by Keith Whitley and went to number 5 in like 1988 or 89, out after he passed away. But anyway, long story short, I just kind of always kept it in my back pocket, and I always wanted to cut it. And my producer in Nashville, he was like, "Yeah, we'll cut that song. I'd be glad to, And he's like, "Shoot, I'll even make a phone call and we'll get Lori Morgan to sing on it with you." And
wow.
of course, my jaw dropped, and I didn't realize that my producer had the relationship with Miss Morgan that he did. But
yeah,
it was great. It was probably one of the highlights of my career, getting to sing with her.
Yep.
So,
that is cool. I got to meet her son, Jesse Keith Whitley, and that was last October, a year ago, when I got to host Freedom Jam USA in St. Louis. It was a great tribute show for our veterans. All of the money raised, and my money included. We even bought our tickets, and I was hosting the show, but I wanted to help and donate to them. All of the money went to the proceeds to help them build tiny homes in the St. Louis area and get canines for their PTSD issues and all of that stuff. So they had a great barbecue, open pit barbecue there. There was a car show. It was a lot of fun. And then getting to meet Jesse Keith Whitley, Audra McLaughlin that was on Blake's Team of the Voice. A lot of great talent in that show.
Yeah, Jesse Keith, he's a fine singer in his own right.
Yeah, he is. He pulled up in Lori Morgan's tour bus, and he told us on stage, he said, she said I could eat all the snacks, or we could eat the snacks, but we couldn't touch nothing else. So that was pretty cool getting to see her big tour bus out there as well. How did country music kind of get started for you? Because, man, you sure can sing.
I mean, from the time, my earliest memories of, I guess, from childhood, I was just always singing. I guess a lot of it started, growing up in church.
Mm-hmm.
But I can remember my mom, had a record player, and just the very first records that I can remember. She had a Willie Nelson record. She was a huge Conway Twitty fan.
Yeah.
And it just kind of went from there. And then, I guess I'm going to age myself here. I'm 48. So
mm-hmm.
in the 80s, it really started to kick for me. I was, I guess you could say I kind of cut my teeth on the Restless Heart records, and
yep.
as we got into more to the late 80s, early 90s, I mean, I'm probably the biggest Diamond Rio fan you'll ever find. That's just kind of how it came about. And I taught myself to play drums. So I think we talked about this the last time when we were on. I just, taught myself to play drums to basically to all those records. Alabama's Greatest Hits. There was another one I was going to think. Really early on when I was, still pretty young. I mean, I could sing you the words to Elvira from the Oak Ridge Boys, word for word at probably 5 years old. So
nice.
The Oak Ridge Boys, they were obviously an influence and stuff like that. And I've gotten to meet a few of them guys over the years, so it's always kind of cool when you meet some of those guys and tell them, how much they meant to you, meant to your career.
Isn't it? I just recently, for the second time, had the great William Lee Golden, the big guy with the big beard, on my show, and we got to see them live last October, a year ago, for my birthday. They were playing here in Branson at the Mansion Theater a couple of times a week, and we did an interview, and he goes, I want you to come see our show. So they comped us some tickets to come over there and watch them. We were 5 rows back from the center and center stage, and we had great seats, and at the end, they saved Elvira for last, and us included. Everybody was standing up singing to that one.
Yeah, they're a talented bunch.
They are. If you could have a 50-year music career like them, you're doing quite well in the business, aren't you? You be in your 90s by then.
if I can have about a pinky worth of
Yep.
their success, I'll be happy.
William Lee Golden is 85 and still doing it, man. You can do it too.
I hope, Lord willing, I hope I'm still out there. Hope I can still do it.
Man, me too. I'd still be playing you on the radio too. So I'm a little bit older than you, though. We'll see what happens, though. I love that. Yeah. So and there's so much great music out there, but you handpicked these 14 songs to make a full album, and you're one of the few artists that are doing that now. This happened a little over a year ago. Most of them are doing like EPKs, 4 or 5 songs, and sending out singles and all that. But you love music, and you put some time and effort into this, man. And I loved every song that you sent. It was tough to make a decision. I've got a few favorites, and we kind of handpicked for tonight's show for this triple play, but they're all good.
Well, I appreciate it. I don't think people understand the work that does go into it when it comes to picking songs for a record. And for every one song that's on that record, I've probably got 20 or 30 other ones that were probably just as good that could have went in their place.
Yeah.
But you kind of just go through them, and I've always been, I've said this before, and I'll say it. I'll always say it. I could never cut a song that I don't relate to, I don't feel, or I haven't lived personally. So
yeah.
So when you get a record or you hear a song of mine, you're getting what's inside. You're not getting something it's kind of that's fabricated. Not saying that's how a lot of people are, but some people will sacrifice. They will sacrifice. For a song that they think's a good song, that could be a good cut, might be a hit for them or something like that, and you have absolutely no connection to the song. And for me, if you don't have a connection to a song, to me, the song's nothing, basically.
Yeah. And we see that in these talent competitions. Like, I'll give you an example of NBC's The Voice. I interview a lot of those artists that were on Team Blake, and now we got Team Reba doing country. And every once in a while, you get Gwen Stefani will pick a country artist, or Kelly Clarkson. She'll coach on The Voice, and we get some of those. And so, but when they do those talent competitions, the coaches are looking for the heart and soul that they're putting into somebody else's song to make it their own, and they got to feel it, don't they? And that's what makes them turn their chair.
Oh, 100%. People, when you've played enough shows and you've been doing this long enough, people know when you're sincere, and people know when you're just up there trying to get through a show.
Yeah, absolutely.
I guess they know they know if you're sincere or not, I guess is the best way to describe it. If they see you up there lollygagging and just song after song, making it through, just standing in one spot the whole time, they see right through that.
Yep.
And at the time too, when you are into it, which I don't know that I've ever played a show that I wasn't into, when you're into it, they know when you're into it as well. So.
That's right. These folks over here watching us on TikTok on my other device and on camera are seeing this interview and how they go down live. I've done these live for years, but I started doing them pre-recorded a while back. And, just life happens, and the artists have issues and something, and I'm sitting here waiting for them to call, and they're not calling, so I have to hurry up and load more music in there to keep the show going. But they can tell we're sincere tonight, and we love what we're doing, and it's sure a pleasure having you on, and I love playing your music on the radio.
Well, like I said, I really appreciate you having me on again. It means a lot to me. I think I think what you're doing is great down there in Branson. You've got a wonderful show.
Thank you. And we've been talking, and one of these days we're going to get to meet in person here in Branson, the live show capital of the world. And we're either going to see you in a live show or we're going to go to one together, and it's going to be a blast.
We're going to make it happen there. First of the year. That's my plan.
That is awesome. I love to see you. So let's play the song that we talked about with the great Lorrie Morgan, I'm Over You. And then we've got another one. I want to hear the story behind it first, and then we'll play 2, and then we'll come back and talk about your third one and give you a triple play tonight. Can't Tell Me Nothing. What's the story behind this one?
Oh, wow. Can't Tell Me Nothing. That song was written, obviously, by some some Nashville heavyweights, obviously. Rick Bogard and Steve Giles, they wrote that song. And I kind of tell people everybody and their brother had a crack at that song. If you remember the first of the shows like The Voice and stuff like that, Nashville Star.
Yep.
Brad Cotter, a guy from out of Alabama, he actually won Nashville Star and put out a record, and it was on that record. But I found that song. Tim McGraw and Travis Tritt both cut that song, and but when you're Tim McGraw and Travis Tritt and you've got 15 other songs to pick from, sometimes the song gets picked over, and I feel like I've always been a pretty good judge when it comes to songs. You know, something that's going to be good, something that's going to go over well live, or something that's just good in general.
Yep.
Like I'll give you an example. Zach Top, I Never Lie. I heard that back in March, and I was like, well, that's a hit. And sure enough, that's one of the biggest songs out there now.
Yep.
But yeah, so I had it. That was that was probably 2004, and here we are, 20 some years later, and we just put we went in the studio. It was one of our days to go in the studio and track and we really the only thing, if you go back and you listen to Tim McGraw's version or Travis's version, I mean they're similar, but everything's got a little glitch here and there, something a little bit different. And the only thing we did different on that song was on one of the instrumental parts. It's kind of an extended steel guitar instrumental, and the steel player that day, Scotty Saunders, he asked me, he said, are you sure that you want to extend this steel the whole way out like that? Or do you want to throw, or do you want to get the fiddle back into, because it's a fiddle heavy song too. And I said, whatever I said, you're the boss. So whatever you think sounds good, I said, we'll do it, and we'll make it work. So that was really the only thing that we kind of mixed up. And Molly Cherry Holmes was playing on that session with us, from her bluegrass fame, the Cherry Holmes. I'm not sure if you've heard of them or not.
No, huh?
But they were a real big bluegrass band back in the day.
Yep.
But that's just kind of how it. Sometimes songs like that just come out that way. Most of a lot of my songs, I feel like I've carried them around in my back pocket for years, and it's all a matter of timing and studio, and and I think we talked about this last time. A big thing that really helped me going into the studio when we did was when the pandemic struck and COVID and everything, that really from a music standpoint, it really it actually did me a big favor, because I was able to do the same record, that I would have done had we not been in the middle of a pandemic and COVID and stuff like that. But at the same time, it didn't, it wasn't the crazy amount of money that comes with making, a high caliber record.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. It's not cheap to record 14-song album, is it?
No.
Absolutely. And you don't know this, but earlier, my first interview tonight was Brenda Best from Nashville, Tennessee, and we talked about 20 years ago in 2004. She was on the first episode of Nashville Star as one of the contestants, where Buddy Jewell, I believe, won the very first one, and I interviewed him last year, and she was hanging out with him last month at the Josie Awards at the Grand Ole Opry just last month, so that's pretty cool. All comes full circle if you do this long enough, doesn't it?
Yeah, you meet a lot of meet a lot of good people along the way.
Yeah, sure do. And you're talking about a song that somebody turned down years ago. I've played this young lady who no longer does music, and I was telling you about that, you know, and sometimes they'll step away. They'll take several years off. The pandemic might be the reason or something like that, and then they come back. But her name was Lindsay Aaron, and she took on a song that Carrie Underwood turned down. It was called Hillbilly Hollywood, and I absolutely still to this day love that song. And I didn't really care either one of them cut it. They can both sing, so it's just a darn good song. So just floating out there that somebody big turned down.
Yeah, they're out there. They're definitely out there. Like I said, it just gosh, I feel like I feel like you listen to them 100 times, you know, to decide if that's the one you want to cut, and then you take that into consideration. And then at the same time too, you know, you also have to realize, you know, you got to listen to it 100 times so you learn it.
Yeah.
Because you got to engage and perform it.
Try being on this end in radio, and you send me 14 killer songs, and I got to pick from that playlist to put you on one of my shows. Man, I've struggled with that for over a year now. But I tell you what, it is a pleasure to play your music, and we picked 3 good ones tonight, that's for sure. We're going to play 2 of them right now, then we're going to come back and talk some more with James Rose. This is called I'm Over You, a great duet with Lori Morgan on The Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on this Triple Play Thursday.
Where there's a cloud don't mean there's rain. Tears in my eyes don't mean there's pain. Don't flatter yourself. I'm over you. Things aren't always what they seem. Can't believe everything you read on my face. I'm over you. You heard I'm drinking more than I should, and I ain't been looking all that good. Someone told you I was taking it rough. Why they making those stories up when I'm over you? There were times, if you'd been around, you would have seen me broken down. But now you won't. I'm over you. So if I seem a little bit cold, it only means you've lost the hold you had on me. I'm over you. You heard I'm drinking more than I should, and I ain't been looking all that good. Someone told you I was taking it rough. Why they making those stories up when I'm over you? You heard I'm drinking more than I should, and I ain't been looking all that good. Someone told you I was taking it rough. Why they making those stories up when I'm over you? I'm over you. I'm over you.
Song number 2.
'86 Harley, blowing smoke, sucking on. Daddy said, bye to your crazy boy. You can't tell me nothing. Took me a year to fix it up, and one day to lay her down. I got a wishing might get along now. You can't tell me nothing. Talk is cheap and free advice is worth the price you pay. I had to find out for myself the hard way. You can't tell me nothing. Hometown homecoming sweetheart, nobody thought I had a prayer. Her mom said, boy, don't you come around here. Can't tell me nothing. Say be careful what you wish for. I wanted to be her man. 2 babies and a trailer later, here I am. You can't tell me nothing. Talk is cheap and free advice is worth the price you pay. I had to find out for myself the hard way. Say that drinking will kill you. The same thing for rolling smoke. That's 2 of the 3 things I like most. You can't tell me nothing. I know what the good book preaches, but I know how I am. And I just hope somebody up there understands. Can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing.
His name is James Rose. That is called Can't Tell Me Nothing. And before that, I'm Over You with the great Lori Morgan. Man, 2 fantastic songs. And we got one more to come here on Triple Play Thursday. Great job, my friend.
Thank you.
You are welcome, man. Keep doing your thing. I look forward to more music and getting to hear you and meet you in person.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. And have you been to Branson before? I think you have.
Yeah, we've, what I remember of it.
Yeah.
I'm just passing through sometimes, or sometimes or whatever.
Yeah. It's real curvy and hilly, and if they get 3 inches of snow here, they're closing the schools. That's what Branson is. And we kind of shut down in the middle of December. They start doing their Christmas shows the very first Saturday in November. So that's already happening in Branson, and it's all lit up for Christmas. We drove there last night, actually. My brother and his wife were in town, and they wanted to take us out to Top of the Rock, which Johnny Morris owns that. It's a par 3 golf course on the other side, but we went down there to a bunch of waterfalls and Christmas lights and everything and drove through there in a golf cart last night. It was a little chilly, but it was fun.
I hope you had better luck in that golf cart than I had on the riverbank fishing this afternoon.
Yeah, didn't do very well. Huh? We've got the home base of Bass Pro Shops just north of me in Springfield, Missouri. So you can definitely stock up on fishing gear when you come here too.
Oh, that's great. Just go buy a bunch of stuff that they still won't buy.
Yeah, exactly. Bunch of stuff I ended up not needing. And we got the Tri-Lakes area. We got Table Rock Lake that runs clear down into Arkansas. It's 76 miles long. And then we got Bull Shoals. And then we got Taneycomo that is full of trout. So we got it all here as far as recreational. And then the shows, it's the live show capital of the world, they call it here.
It's I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, we didn't talk about this, but if folks that don't know what you do for a living, and most of them probably don't away from music, you are a full-time firefighter in Washington, D.C., and I'll guarantee you the country music that you make or that you listen to is probably real therapeutic for your line of work, isn't it?
Therapeutic in what aspect?
That it helps you heal through different situations. Man, there's always a song out there that you can resonate that just tells a great story of life that you've lived or something you've went through.
Yeah, I mean, it all, it all kind of comes full circle. It's definitely, it's definitely an outlet, when you're playing a lot and, especially when you're on the road, if you're playing a lot of shows and of course, for somebody like me, it's a lot of club shows, bar shows, stuff like that. Occasionally we'll open for somebody big, stuff like that. But yeah, if you've had a rough week or, some bad calls or something like that, it's definitely, it's nice to get off work and, drive an hour or two down the road to the tiki bar or wherever you might be at and slide your cowboy boots on and strap your guitar on and go up there and just kind of get lost for a couple hours.
Yep, I love it. I actually do another gig, and I'm getting ready to go do it tonight, but I work at a senior living center, and the activities director came to me. She's known about my show for a while. She says, I love your program. Would you do it for the seniors here? And so once a month, we're going to start on January the 3rd on a Friday night. Once a month on Fridays, I'm going to go do the show for them over there. And they're going to get to see me on YouTube and all the big screen TVs there too, and see how these interviews go down and hear some great country music from artists they've never even heard before. But even if they have early dementia or onset or whatever, they hear a classic country song and their eyes just light up. They know that song. It's really neat to see that.
Yeah, I know, I'm sure it happens at a lot of different places, but I know back home in the church and stuff like that, lots of people from the church, they get together, on a Wednesday night, or they'll get together after service on Sunday, and they'll definitely go, they'll go to the old folks' home or the senior living facilities and play for them for an hour, and they just light up. That's for sure.
Yeah, I got a buddy in Texas now. He's in Lufkin, Texas. He worked at a bank here in Branson for 10 years and then moved to Lufkin, Texas. He sold his farm implement business and retired, but he still goes every week and plays for the seniors down there in those areas of Texas, and he just loves doing it for those folks. And he's like, I never charge anything or anything like that. I just love music and love doing it for him. And he's a big country music fan from back in the day. Jim Reeves is his favorite artist, Gentleman Jim Reeves.
Jim Reeves, yeah, that's an old name there.
Yeah, it is. And boy, we lost him in the world of music too soon, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Yeah. Well, we're sure glad to have you, and thanks for doing another great radio interview. James Rose, where can folks find you on social media if they want to check out more of your music?
You can check us out at James Rose Country's is a music page, and my personal page is out there too. I don't think there's anybody that's gonna track me down and do anything too crazy. It's under James Rose. You can find me there. You'll find some music and some stuff on there. Other than that, Instagram, Amazon Music, Spotify, Apple Music, all that stuff. You can go on there and download any of the songs that you heard tonight, and then some of the other songs. And then also if you go onto YouTube, you'll find a few live clips, and then you can also play anything from the record will come up on YouTube as well. That is awesome. One of my all-time favorites is called What Are You Listening To? Tell us about this one, because the great Chris Stapleton wrote it, you were telling me. Yeah, Chris Stapleton wrote that song. That was Chris Stapleton wrote that song really before he was we're probably talking 2010, 2012, somewhere along those lines. If I'm telling the story correct, the way it was explained to me, that was actually supposed to be Chris Stapleton's breakout song to radio to break him as an artist. Wow. Well, that was 2012, 2013. We all know that he didn't really break until 2015 or so with Traveler, and obviously the rest is history. Yep. But no, just another one of those songs. Actually, the first time I heard that song was on YouTube. He was doing a live radio interview, and he played it on the show, and I was just like,
wow,
good God, that's a great song. And I like I said, another one of those, just kind of kept it in my back pocket till we got a shot at it. And when they gave us a shot at it, and we sat down in Nashville and decided, that what we were going to cut and what was going to make the cut and what wasn't going to make the cut. There, I was pretty strong-armed on the fact that we weren't getting out of there without cutting that song, because I thought that was one of the better ones that we did.
I do too, man. When I think of James Rose, this is the song that just sticks in my head immediately, and I absolutely love it. And that Chris Stapleton did break, and I've said it before, when he first started winning the CMA Awards, I think he wore out a pair of cowboy boots that night walking up on that stage so much.
Yeah, he definitely took some hardware home that night.
He did, and he's still doing it. Man, he's singing national anthem at Super Bowls and doing all kind of cool stuff now, so.
Yeah, I don't know if that'll ever be topped, his national anthem performance. That was next level stuff there. That's way above me.
That's one of those songs. If you can move people by that song, then Whitney Houston did it years ago. On a performance of the national anthem at a football game, and it was just amazing. And that people never forget it. It'll resonate for years. Your music's going to do that, my friend, because we're going to keep playing it. Thank you so much for doing a great radio interview again tonight.
Hey, Tim, I really appreciate you having me. And if we don't speak beforehand off the air or on the phone, happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. And we'll be talking. We'll be in touch again real soon. You too, and happy Thanksgiving. Have a very Merry Christmas, and we'll probably see you in 2025 around here. His name is James Rose. What are you listening to? I'll tell you right now. It's the Tim Kelly Show on KICR, Indie Country Radio, playing new country's best on a triple play Thursday.
Put that record on, girl, you know what song, and I let it play again and again. You're in every line, takes me back in time. Yeah, tonight I'm wondering, what are you listening to? Is it a cover band or some college town bar where it's not on ours and air guitars? Or is it something to get you through? Just a sad song playing on the radio station, tears still falling, hearts still breaking, 'cause you're hanging on. Or is it a love song about someone new? What are you listening to? I like to believe that you're just like me, trying to figure out how a good thing goes bad. And I don't know, I can't let it go, but it's about to drive me mad. What are you listening to? Is it a cover band or some college town bar where it's not on ours and air guitars? Or is it something to get you through? Just a sad song playing on the radio station, tears still falling, hearts still breaking, 'cause you're hanging on. Or is it a love song about someone new? What are you listening to? Is it a feel-good song, get you driving too fast, the one that gets you moving on past the path, or the kind that you can't help singing along, singing whoa, whoa? Is it headphones on the downtown train, or window seat on an outbound plane? Is it LA, sunny or Memphis blue? I wish I knew. What are you listening to? Is it a cover band in some college town bar where it's not on ours and their guitars? Or is it something to get push you through. Just a sad song playing on the radio station. Tears still falling, heart still breaking, 'cause you're hanging on. Or is it a love song about someone new? What are you listening to? I put that record on, girl, you know what song, and I let it play again and again.
Great country tunes on the radio.
Get it? Today's country.
I love absolutely every single song they play. This station is dangerously good.
This is Today's Country.
I like the music. I like the DJs.
There's even more to like.
I like everything about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
More of today's new country now.
I love the music.
You're listening to KICR Indie Country Radio, syndicated worldwide, playing new country's best.
And this is my kind of country. New country. New country. New country.
Burning up this highway 200 miles today, leaving Hertz and sodas, heading home. 'Cause pieces of my heart line both sides of the road. Whichever way I go, stuck between a rock and a hard place. Been looking for my saving grace. Torn between two cities, this life in Tennessee, full of memories and heartaches. Between a rock and a hard place, a rock and a hard place. I was born in Music City, in the glow of neon lights. Miss my family and my old friends. And now I live in Knoxville. It also feels like home. Don't know which way to go. Stuck between a rock and a hard place. Been looking for my saving grace. Torn between two cities, this life in Tennessee, full of memories and heartaches. Between a rock and a hard place, a rock and a hard place. If my heart is in both places, am I ever anywhere? How can I be both here and there? How can I be both here and there? Stuck between a rock and a hard place. Been looking for my saving grace. sea, full of memories and heartaches. Between a rock and a hard place, a rock and a hard place.
Song number 2.
Granny on the bar, back in the day, she called it Brand X over Nashville way. Sometimes she slept in the camper out back. When I was a kid, that's where I take my nap. My gun-toting granny from Tennessee, best not to mess with her or her family. She taught us how to fight, stood up for what was right. No doubt about what she hated, but what she liked. I grew up under those neon lights, serving cold beer most every night. I was so young, you know it wasn't right. Still in my blood, that's why I'm singing here tonight. My gun-toting granny from Tennessee, best not to mess with her or her family. She taught us how to fight, stood up for what was right. No doubt about what she hated, but what she liked. Hustling for quarters to spin that jukebox. I knew all the regulars and the drinks that they bought. Singing George Strait and learning to shoot pool. My granny's place, that was my honky-tonk school. My gun-toting granny from Tennessee, best not to mess with her or her family. She taught us how to fight, stood up for what was right. No doubt about what she hated or what she liked. My honky-tonk granny, she was always on my side.
What a fun song that is to play on a Triple Play Thursday. That is called Gun-Totin' Granny. Her name is Alicia Harvey. She is making her radio debut tonight on this Triple Play Thursday edition of the Tim Kelly Show. Before that, another great song called Stuck Between, Alicia Harvey, ladies and gentlemen. And go check her out all over social media. She is fantastic. And Piper Paisley, I want to thank her for turning me on to this young lady last Wednesday when we had our great radio interview. Alicia and I are working out the details right now to get her on the Tim Kelly Show as my special guest as well. Man, it's been a fun show tonight. We're going to wrap it up after one more song from Alicia Harvey. Her Triple Play is going to include this one. It is called A Better Me on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
I've loved you since the day that we met. You helped me see who I could be more than anyone had yet. And I'm working on a better me. Don't always know the right words to say, and I'm sorry when they feel so mean. Thank God you're still here today, and I'm working from hell. Wish I could send it back. Mama left me too soon. I wasn't ready for that. And the way I've been acting, there ain't no excuse. I'll walk through this valley to be with you. Yeah, I'll walk through this valley to be with you.
Once again, her name is Alicia Harvey. That is called A Better Me. And man, I don't know that I played a better song than that right now. I played a lot of great music tonight and had a lot of great radio interviews. Alicia Harvey, and she's soon going to be one of those interviews. So be looking for that. And it's absolutely going to be fun to talk to her. She is super, super talented. Man, lots of talent on the radio tonight. I want to thank my special guest for joining me tonight, Brenda Best from Nashville, Tennessee, my good buddy Kenny Curcio from New Jersey, from our nation's capital, James Rose, all of them for being on the program tonight. Tomorrow night is New Music Friday. I'll hit the airwaves at 7 p.m. Central Time right here on my website at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com. From Branson, Missouri, the live show capital of the world. My special guest tomorrow night will be George Becker and Marty Howard Chambers. So you want to hear their stories behind their great music as well. And we'll play lots of great new country music. We'll debut several artists on the program as we always do on New Music Friday as well. The Tim Kelly Show is produced by Tim Kelly Productions. Like the Tim Kelly Show on Facebook, and we will like you right back. Until next time, I will see you on the radio. Bye-bye, everybody.
I can put you in a cornfield in downtown Manhattan. Close your eyes and reel that old zip code. I can put you on a riverbank while you're fighting traffic. I'm a song, I'll see you on the radio. Turn me on and turn it up. I can make you smile, make you cry, turn back the pages of your life. Turn me on. I'll see you on the radio. I can take you back to high school, gym floor, and a slow dance. First love, first kiss, second base down that old dirt road. When it's freezing cold, I can sink your toes in warm white sand. I'm a song, I'll see you on the radio. Turn me on and turn it up. I can make you smile, make you cry, turn back the pages of your life. So turn me on. I'll see you on the radio. I'm young, I'm old, I'm country, I'm rock and roll. So turn me on and turn it up. Let me make you smile, make you cry, turn back the pages of